guys, how's it going? I'm also recording over here, so what's up? I wanted to come to you guys today because it's a new YouTube video. It's Friday. I'm going to try to make videos every Friday for you guys. Either that's dealing with my life, vlogging, or dealing with something that I just want to share a message with you guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys coming on here and listening or watching this video right now. So if you see me like looking down, it's just my notes that I have. I'm trying to be more like prepared and stable so I don't talk as much. And so in this video, we're going to talk about the astrological view on what's going on this month and what's to come as well. The energies that you're working with so they can work for you and not really just against you. So we're going to be just doing the astrological view first, and then I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks on how to deal with these energies that are going on right now, just because it's a lot. It can be a lot. But if you know how to work with the energies and you know what's going on, you guys can smooth sail this ride that we're going on, okay? Sounds good. And then afterwards we're going to do a collective energy read. So I'm going to do all the zodiac signs, what they need to focus on during this time right now. Hey guys, it's editing Tiana here. So I wanted to let you guys know that I'm gonna do the zodiac signs next week. So once the eclipse happens, I'm going to have a video out for you all to see what you guys need to focus on each individual sign. So I would encourage you to look at your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture. If you guys know it, it's okay if you don't. If you just know your sun sign, that is perfectly okay. And also, if you want to get in detail, you guys know those things, or guys know, you know, your full chart. I would also look at your Mars and your Venus as well. I mean, take it how it resonates. And I just kind of want to tell you guys beforehand, because I know I said I was going to do it in the beginning of the video, that we were going to go through the zodiac signs, but it was literally so long. I was like, I'm just going to make this a separate video for Friday. And if they have any questions, you know, they can hit me up. So I'm going to be talking about the things that are going on from the 14th and on. And so a little bit beforehand, just so we can catch up on what's been going on. So for instance, Pluto went direct on the 8th, right? So Pluto going direct on the 8th shows a lot of where our power struggles are. It's very clear how much we've grown, how much our soul has evolved within these 4 or 5 months that it has been in retrograde. And also it's getting prepared to switch signs, and it hasn't switched signs for about, like, I want to say 248 years. So this is going to be huge for all of us, especially for the collective, government wise. It's going to be huge. Okay, so Pluto moving to Aquarius in the next year, Pluto is getting us prepared for what's to come. So these things that are flashing right in front of our eyes now, these experiences that we're experiencing now, is getting prepared for us to our new identity, our new soul, psyche of the soul. Our nothing will never be the same once Pluto goes into Aquarius. And a lot of astrologers that I've watched have mentioned that, and I want to share that with you guys as well, because I want you guys to be prepared. If whoever watches my show, or not show, but watches my YouTube channel, especially the ones that are in my hometown, I just want to get this out to you guys, and I want to share what I've been shared with. So we just had a full moon on the 9th of October, and so the moon was in Aries. A lot of things were hold on one second. A lot of things were brewing, and a lot of egos were hurt. I know I went through an experience, my friend went through an experience where our ego felt threatened, and it was so deeply felt that our behavior was completely different, but we responded in a different way once we realized, you know, what was going on. Right now, it's just really all about healing the ego. And you can do that by projecting it with just what you see outside of yourself, or you can heal it internally and also just recognize that the ego isn't you. You know, the ego isn't your true essence. The ego is something, a part of you that is here to help you to evolve. And also egos can be very healthy. It can help you with your self-esteem. It can help you with the things that you're doing, healthy competition, like stuff like that. But it can also be a detriment as well, because if you are projecting something onto someone else, then it's just like, it's just really bad behavior. It's time to get your shit together, basically. And it's shedding a lot on our egos on what's real and what's not. You know, we had that full moon in Pisces, or in Neptune, in September, and now we're having it in Aries that's meeting Chiron, which is the wounded healer. He is here to heal our wounds that we were always afraid to do, that we were always pushing it in the back burner. And Chiron's like, here, this is what it is, this is what you need to heal. And most of that has to do with our sense of self, aka ego. So we're having this full moon shine a light and illuminate the light to where we need to fix our wounds, where we need to heal our wounds. We are light beings, and we have a darkness in us that needs acceptance, that needs a home, to call it home, instead of being in a corner where it's very wounded and cold, you know? So we're rebuilding our ego, and it takes a lot, because a lot of people live off their ego. I mean, look at society. That's what, you know, look at society's ego and what we've built on top of that. Like, you know, everything is just crumbling down right now, and people don't know how to handle it. And it's either being projected, or it's either being put into light to heal. I mean, it's just really one or the other. I mean, it's just a really great area right now. So I'm hoping that you guys can really understand that this time is for you to choose you and your essence and what you truly want. Instead of just doing things because it's what you're used to. It feeds your ego. It helps in unhealthy ways. Like, we're dissolving all of that right now, because when Pluto goes into Aquarius, there's no going back. I mean, you're either going to stick to your old with what your ego wants because it feels threatened and scared, or you're going to move forward and have no clue what the unknown is about, but you are up for it. You trust yourself enough to go and move forward to the path that you want to go into, okay? That's just a little rant. The full moon was in Aries. Aries is a sign that's not really about emotions. It's all about war, passion, all about going fast, going direct, very masculine. Masculine is a part of the ego and sense of self. It's very in the physical. This is a masculine world. Feminine is more receptive, creative, sits back and receives. We're dealing with our masculine part. We're dealing with our divine masculine right now. And when we do that with Chiron, you know, what I just said a couple of seconds ago, we're really dealing with our wounds. We're really dealing with our masculine wounds right now. So, and those are one of the most hardest things to work on, because masculine, you really can't hide from that. Masculine is here in the now. Like, masculine is always, it's consciousness. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what can I do about something that is stuck? You know what I'm saying? What can I do about something that does not serve me anymore? You know what I'm saying? So really looking at our masculinity, really looking at what doesn't serve us within our masculine self. Everyone has a masculine and feminine within them. That's what makes us the humans that we are, the yin and yang, okay? So we're really looking at our masculine parts and seeing, like, okay, what do we need to get together? Like, we have to get our shit together here. Like, you know, we have to move forward with something in the physical. It's in the physical right now, because the stars and planets are moving in two total, I'm saying two because Pluto and Saturn are both moving into different signs next year. Saturn will be in Pisces and Pluto will be in Aquarius. Completely different signs from what we've been dealing with for the past couple of years now. So it's just really assessing, like, what needs to be done in the physical. It's in the physical, and it's also being felt within the body right now. And you can either reject it and have a much more harder time in the future, or you can release it, have an uneasy, uncomfortable time right now. Right now is the best time to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, okay? That's what Chiron is asking us. Just hold on to faith, hold on to what feels good, what feels right, what is healthy for you right now, because they have something better in store for you in the years to come, okay? And if you stay in the same way, it's going to be very, very hard for you to get out of that and move into the now and moving forward to what the planets wanted you to do, because you didn't take this opportunity to do so now. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And that's just a little bit about the full moon. I'm not going to touch on it that much because it's already happened, but it can be playing out right now, and it can be playing out to the end of December, since it's the start of eclipse season. So it could be playing out, you know, for the rest of this year, honestly. And it's, you know, it's not an overnight thing. This is something that's going to take, you know, a couple of weeks, a couple of months to really understand yourself and understand where you need to be to thrive and be your best self, and where you need to be healthy for yourself and your soul to evolve even more. Okay. Oh, Mercury did go direct on the 2nd. It went direct on October 2nd, but we're still in its post shadow right now. So there's still some things that are still working, that's in the works for Mercury, but that post retro shadow will end like probably like the 3rd week of October. Through that 3rd week, things are going to be very clear. Things are going to be very in your face what you need to do. Mercury is going to be very clear, and it's also going to be in the sign of Libra. So Libra is here, and it's also a cardinal sign. So it's making you initiate what you need to do for yourself now. What plans you need to make, what things you need to adjust. And balance isn't always adding on things. Sometimes it's subtracting things as well. What things you need to lose in order to gain something that is healthy for you. So when that post shadow is done, everything is clear. And I don't think Mercury goes retro again until December, I think. So it is time to really make things in order, make things straight for yourself. Believe in yourself and choose yourself is one of the most things that you need to do right now, and surrender to what is, and see what the universe is really trying to show you. See what Chiron is trying to heal within you. And it's usually one big theme, because it's in a house. Chiron doesn't move fast. It's been in Aries for a couple of years, and it's going to be in a specific house for you. For example, for me, it's in the 10th house. So I'm working on my self-image. I'm working on my status, occupation, everything about authority. I'm working on that. I'm working on building authority for myself. I lead, but I have been leading from a very wounded place, and I've been leading from an unhealthy and conditioned place. And so now I'm opening up to unconditional authority, being that I actually want to be, being true to myself, letting go of the ego that was attached to me for many years. You know, that's for me. So if you look on your chart right now, your transit chart, you can see where Chiron is, and that's going to be the biggest thing for you, what you're going to need to heal for the rest of, you know, until Chiron moves into Taurus. And I have no clue when that happens. I think it's 2025. So yeah, hold on one second. That was a little bit about Mercury retro, the post shadow right now. And Mercury, yes, it's direct right now, so things should be clear already. But once that post shadow, like, it's like you have no more excuses. Especially being a Libra. Like, Libra is all about putting things in order. She's about putting things in balance within. And once you balance things within, and you understand what you need to put balance in, that will create a tower moment, a deconstruction moment. And it's like, okay, brick by brick, step by step, what do I need to do in order for me to be balanced within myself? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because once you figure that out internally, things are going to shift externally for you, okay? And the universe will do that, but things take time. Remember, with the universe, it's not an overnight thing, okay? Again, it's going to take a couple of months to, you know. Okay, let's talk about eclipse season, as that is coming up soon as well. I'll be publishing this on the 14th, so it'll be about a week before it starts and everything. So the eclipse, the lunar eclipse, is very powerful. If you can manifest during this day or the weekend, like 2 to 3 days either before or after, I highly suggest you to do so, because lunar eclipse can make shit happen. Lunar eclipse are way powerful than regular new moons and full moons. Full moons and new moons are powerful in itself, but once there's a lunar eclipse on top of that, it makes it even more powerful, because the lunar eclipse just brings more power. And it brings more change, and it brings more of a long lasting duration of what you're manifesting or what you're living out or what you're experiencing, basically. It's going to be in Scorpio, and Scorpio has been the south node of this year. So Taurus has been the north node, Scorpio has been the south node. And if you guys don't know about north node and south node, if you guys don't believe in past lives, I completely understand. You don't have to, but north node is your destiny, your mission, what you came onto this earth for. And south node is your past life, or if you don't believe in past lives, it is about your childhood, what you went through during your childhood and in your past. So with the south node being in Scorpio, and Scorpio dealing with the underbelly, the underworld, dealing with transformation, death, rebirth, this is such a huge time to really transform. This is such a huge time to really bring out the best in you and have confidence in your personal goals, and just really have faith that whatever you're putting yourself into is going to work out. And the more that you manifest and believe, the more it can happen for you. The more that you just really dissolve those beliefs that don't work for you and build up the ones that do, it's going to work out. And there's going to be a little waiting period, of course, because, you know, manifestations take time. But also, we had a full moon eclipse back in May. I think it was like May 15th, May 16th. So I will look in your camera roll around that time to see what themes were going on that week. Even a couple weeks before or after, like just that whole month of May, and see what the full circle is for. Oh my goodness, I just saw like a white bird. Just see like what those themes were, and see what's coming up in full circle again, because that full moon eclipse in Scorpio is tying into this lunar eclipse in Scorpio now. Full moon versus new moon. So full moon, you were releasing, you were gathering things that that you needed, you were cultivating things that were shining a light onto your experiences in life and the collective as well. And then this new moon is here to birth something, and also to die off something as well, because Scorpio is about, it's the infinity sign, it's the 8th sign, it's the sign of transformation. So it's really here to make us transform what we need to, and transmute our pain into something way bigger than us. During this time, it can be very karmic. It is going to be very karmic for all of us, honestly. Even with what's going on collectively, it's going to be very karmic because it's hitting that south node. So what we are going through now, we have kind of already been through before, either in the past or in our past lives, if you believe in past lives. And this is the point where it's like, okay, I've been through this before. I don't want to make the same mistake, or I don't want to go through the same karma again. So what can I do to choose differently? What can I birth that can help me choose a different path that is best for me? What can I do to just really hone down onto my personal goals and self-master not only my personal goals but myself as well? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is basically the time to commit to your goals, commit to yourself. Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars. Mars will be going retrograde 2 days before the eclipse, but Pluto is going to be direct. So Pluto is here to help you with that transformation, with those underbelly feelings that need to come up to the surface to be let out and transmuted and transformed. And Mars is going retrograde, so it's asking us to slow down and really hone down on those goals, hone down on what power struggles that you've been going through, because Scorpio has so much power, but they know that they do. So like, it's kind of like, okay, how can I help out this person to see their power? Or how can I help out, you know, Scorpios are all about other people, you know what I'm saying? So, and they also can use their power for really negative reasons, unhealthy reasons. So it's asking you to transmute those unhealthy things. So saying the power that you give away, it's asking you to bring that back to yourself and commit to you in a healthy being, so you can move on to what's better and move on from unhealthy relationships, unhealthy addictions, unhealthy behaviors. It's asking you to move on and grow up. Pluto is very childlike, which can be good, because it's like we're here parenting our inner child, and Pluto is going to give us direction to do so. And it's really all about transforming your inner child within you. Yes, we went through what we went through. Yes, we had a really hard time. Everyone has trauma, you know, everyone does. But it's really about, what are you going to do about that? What you're not going to be, this is asking you to step out of that victim mindset and come into a, like, you are a survivor. You went through that and you survived. So what can you do now to transform that? What can you do better for yourself? What can you make out of this pain? Either if that's with creativity, putting that into business, putting that into a huge plan that you're going to make for yourself. What is the bigger picture? The things that you went through, what are you going to gather together and push through, so you can not only help yourself to self-master what you need to and what's best for you, but help others do that as well. And so it's just really asking you to commit to yourself right now. Commit to your inner child, commit to your soul, the psyche of the soul, and see what is best for you. And we have the power of choice, okay? Pluto deals with power. So make sure, observe, where is your power going? You know what I'm saying? Is it going into these unhealthy addictions, behaviors? Is this going into this unhealthy attachment, this relationship? Is it going to this unhealthy job? You know, what is it? You know what I'm saying? And with Mercury being in Libra, it's asking us to evaluate, asking us to communicate and be honest with ourselves on what's working and what's not within our power. We are here to rise, okay? This is the moment to be prepared for what's to come, okay? So it's just really asking you about that power, and the power of choice, and the power of just you in general. Just tackling things that don't really work for you anymore. Tackling the things that you just need to, you know, nip it in the butt and just, you know, call it a day, night, year, whatever. And it's just really asking you to go within and see what's best. The answers aren't outside, it's go within. I'm not going to talk about Mars retrograde as much, because if I can be honest and vulnerable with you guys, I don't know much about it. I just know a little bit about the signs, and how the retrograde is about reflection and reevaluation and everything like that. And since Gemini does have a twin, it's about seeing the other side of that twin for sure. And that's just intuitively speaking. The other side of us, you know how Geminis have like two sides of them? Well, us going retrograde with Mars, our energy is going to be honing down on the other side of us. And so that's why our true colors are going to really come out, because we are seeing the other side that we haven't seen before, okay? And it's going to be retrograde for a really long time. It's just going to be playing out to where it's going to be like, okay, this is something I need to work on. This is something I need to do to better myself. This is something that I can't allow anymore, that I can't do anymore. Whatever it is, because Mars going retrograde in the side of Gemini is going to show that side of us that we haven't been really portraying outside of us. It's very informative for us to see, okay, this is a part of my shadow. This is what's not healthy for me. And this is the time to really be patient with yourself. Have compassion, not only for yourself, but others. A lot of people are not going to know how to work with this energy, just because it is going to be in Gemini, and Gemini is the sign of the twins. You're going to see your other twin, aka you, and you're like, who the fuck is this? and it's really yourself. It's just something that you've been hiding because, you know, because you can, you know what I'm saying? And that ego, that Aries energy from the full moon, I don't know why I'm doing that, the Aries energy and the full moon, that's going to illuminate that as well, like, you know what I'm saying? So things are going to be playing out for us. It's going to be really showing our shadow side. It's really going to be showing our other side of us. Cards. If you guys watch the Princess and the Frog, that's what the shadow man says. That's all I'm seeing is just the other twin when it comes to Mercury retro. And it's not that like we, that's why I said like hold a lot of compassion.